as you know, you'll talk to 10 different servers. You'll find out 11 different ways of waiting tables. I mean, that's another day for another topic, but you can play with the ones. You got the server that thinks he's a stand-up comedian. You got the guy that's from the ex-military, so he is militant like this. True. You got the guy that could sell the hell out of a bottle of wine, a bottle of sake. These are 4 different people.
Yeah.
True.
Not one magic person altogether. So that's another thing how teamwork works out. Like, oh, this guy wants to know about sake. Like, oh, get sake guy going.
Yeah, send sake over there.
Yes, these guys are boring. All right, send the military guy over. With all due respect, but thank you guys for your service. But he goes, this is what you want. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
What happened? All right.
Very efficient.
And
Very efficient.
These guys are bored. Stand-up comedian. You hear everybody laugh. I'm like, oh, God.
Or the magic guy. Whatever,
magic guy. I tried being the magic guy.
Did you?
No. I was like, I don't have time for this right now.
Hi, welcome to the Modern Waiter Podcast. I'm Marlon Joseph, the Modern Waiter, where we discuss all things restaurant business. Learn something. Laugh at something. They say teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Woo!
Some restaurants' ideas of teamwork differ from others. We're in Las Vegas, and joining us today to discuss the merits of different teamwork angles is Jay Salonga. But first, the intro.
Tired of working deadbeat jobs for lame pay. I'm tired of getting fired and hired the same day. If you know the rules of the game, then you'll stay. And if you don't, then you'll be a part.
As usual, I'm joined by my good friend Danny DeVilla.
What's up, people?
Woo! We are in Vegas.
Vegas, baby!
Man, oh man, oh man. And look who we got here.
With us. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Happy to be here.
Back once again.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you so much. What have you been up to?
Moving on up. From last time we spoke, it's been what, a year, maybe 2 years by now?
No,
not that long.
Less than a year.
Was it? We
did
do him October?
Last October.
Oh, well, life moves fast out here. Yeah. What can I say? Sorry, I just woke up. It's only 5 p.m. Yeah, I moved on from steak into sushi.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
The upgrade.
The level upper.
Yeah.
You're a 2-time podcast guest now.
Yes, I'm returning. I'm waiting for my badge in the mail.
Welcome back.
We're going to put the stripes on the collar.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, yeah, we do this for you each and every week, and we do travel around. We do podcasts. We're grateful to have guests like Jay come on.
Yeah.
And last time, what was our topic with you?
We were talking about level up.
We ended up talking about leveling up, but the actual show was,
Manicuring the table. Attention to detail.
Attention
There
to
it was.
details.
There it was.
My man. And so...
Irony. There we go.
Hey, you gotta cut us some slack. We have been drinking and taking L's.
Woo.
Oh, well, we'll save that. Let's get into into teamwork. So, what are your general thoughts on teamwork?
Well, to be corny, teamwork makes the dream work, as I say, especially in this business. When you guys, there's a couple ways of thinking about teamwork. You have to depend on your bussers, your hostess.
True.
And then in some certain aspects, once you get to a certain place, you have to, your fellow servers. If you see your fellow server running around with a chicken head cut off, and you have one table, you're like, hey, you all right? You want to get a refill over there? And they're running around freaking out. The table's full, spilling everywhere. I'm like, dude, chill. I got it.
Yeah.
I'll talk to these guys real quick. Just go breathe and don't die for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be great.
It helps.
It does.
Just that one little thing. The other day, I could not get anything right. I just had one of those days where I was forgetting things. And even though I do write things down, but just... not making the normal loops, and my coworker's like, what is wrong with you? So I said, he goes, you need any help? I said, yeah, can you fire my food for 206 or something like that?
Uh-huh.
And he goes, what's with that check? It's really low. You got some apps on there. I go, oh my God, I never rang the food in.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, and we have those days.
But if
well, thank God.
So
you were able to save face.
I was able to save face.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was kind of rough. I find that there are two philosophies when it comes to restaurant and teamwork. The first one, everyone does everything.
All hands in, hands out kind of thing.
All hands on. Well, everybody does everything in the way of, if you see something, do something.
Yeah.
You know, we've gone to places like, what's the name of it? Coconuts. And if it's, the drink is up, you have to run the drink whether it's your table or not. Everybody runs food. You can service each table. Mm-hmm. What are the merits of that thought pattern, do you think?
Well, yeah, if the drink's up, you have to bring it out before the ice melts, of course. But then let's not.
Is that just a Vegas thing? No,
like I said, it's only 100 degrees until October here. Oh yes. When I first moved out to the city, I was thinking about it. Like, oh, they're joking. It's midnight. I go outside for a second. Oh, they're not kidding. I'm gonna run back in.
Kidding. Yeah.
But anyways, back to ice melting. So yeah, it's natural. Once the drink comes up, you bring it to the table. Whether it's yours or not, especially in the teamwork aspect, because on the other side, when you get slammed, those drinks are melting.
Mm-hmm.
To be that server to not do that, can we cuss on here? Never mind, it's okay.
You can.
You're a bad person.
That is not where you were going with it.
Yes, especially at the sushi restaurant I'm at right now. It's all teamwork aspect.
Okay.
You guys know. You guys download this. You guys listen to the podcast. This is a tip pool place. Once you pass out here in the city, once you pass a certain per person, it turns into fine dining, and it turns into all tip pool.
Okay.
So by tip pool means all the waiters, they all put their tips together and they all split it accordingly, of course, with all the busters and all the according tip outs. That way to
So it's a house pool.
Yes, house pool. Yes.
So
that's
all
true.
the servers make the same, all the bussers make the same, but not the bussers and the servers don't make the same.
They both
make it the appropriate rate.
Yeah.
And split that way. Mm-hmm. So let's dig down a little bit deeper with that, because there are also, I find with that, when it's house pool, the everybody does everything
It works perfectly
because we're all in it for the same purpose.
Right.
And there are occasions where I have worked in that environment. Mm-hmm. However, when you're just servicing your own tables and getting your own tips from your own tables, and the restaurant still has everybody does everything, I find that there are problems.
Yeah, there becomes issues because people tend to abuse that. You know what I mean?
There are places to hide.
Yes, there's places to hide. There's places to be out the way, and they are leaning on the other people without really taking care of their responsibilities sometimes. Yeah. But we both work at a place where it's accountability. You know, so you're part of one team, yes, and teamwork is huge, but each person has their part to play, so to say.
Yes, 1,000%.
Okay, so we're not going to have you talk crap about the place that you work.
Right.
But besides, for me, my issue is, besides people being able to hide and things like that, it's when the guests don't know who to turn to get taken care of. It is important to let the guests know that, hey, you're
the guy.
Grab anybody. You know, you can say this and that. But when they don't, because I've been, our boy, when we went to the restaurant in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
What's the name of it? Anyway.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. They have everybody does everything.
Right.
And a couple of times we wanted something and we're like,
who do we talk to?
Who do we talk to?
Yeah.
You know, it's and then there could be possibly overlap in things, because sometimes people don't rely on you to do it.
Exactly.
You come back with a nice tea and there's a nice tea on the table.
Yes.
You know?
Then you drink that iced tea in the back, and then
I love it. I love it. Man.
But, yeah, well, when it comes to that, so when they say need a new round, you just, of course, you pass each other on the way. Like, hey, Marlon, I went ahead and got another refill. Okay, bye.
Gotcha.
Boom. And
so
then,
it's more of you're communicating constantly with your coworkers.
Exactly. And then, of course, the person, like the restaurant you were at in Hollywood, it's there's a main person that greets, and then I'm pretty sure, well, for us waiter folk, we know how it's done.
Yeah.
But then I'm pretty sure for the guests now, I'm like, oh, that's the guy that greeted us. He's the main.
Yes.
And that's what we're,
that's
naturally,
what
yes, that's what we're used to.
For sure.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But then, hey, if I'm
but I don't think we ever saw that person again.
Oh,
it was wild, but they did.
But we got taken care of. But I don't think we ever saw the person again.
I would want an explanation. Say, hey, you can grab anybody, you know, or we are all taken care of. And we would order an app with somebody. We almost didn't see the same person twice.
That's what I feel
You know,
like. Yeah.
we'll order a drink with somebody. Somebody else brings it. We order an app with somebody, and if it works, it works. I think there's reasons for that way to do it.
Yeah.
But for me, I prefer the other way.
Yeah.
Now, the advantage of doing that is, like you said, the ice doesn't melt.
Yes.
Speed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the guest will really benefit, for the most part, in my mind, for the speed aspect.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, how does it work with training though? Did you have to get acclimated to that style or?
No. Well, somewhat. Naturally, since I just trained at this new place, the hardest, as you guys know, we all probably worked at a couple 100 restaurants between us three. Come on. The hardest part about learning, once you had at least 10 years of experience, you know how to talk to the guests, whether you're talking about sushi,
You just need to learn the menu.
steak, menu, gluten-free options. What it comes down to is learning the computer.
Yeah.
For the first month, you're that one guy like, where's this type of sushi?
Where's
this
this?
type of
where's
sushi?
that?
And the
Exactly.
people behind you are like, come
Am I
on.
long time or what? Come on now. There's this A-list celebrity that's staring at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, fine. And I had to learn a little bit of Japanese sushi. I'm like, oh, okay, this is not happening. Look, I'm Filipino. What can I say? But then once I got used to that, you get used to it. It's for this specific place, it was 2 days. It was they had it down. So it was 10 days of training.
Okay.
3 days I was a food runner, getting yelled at by the chef. Oh, what's gluten free? What's this? What's that? As you know, because a lot of people at a higher echelon they want gluten free. They have dietary restrictions.
And it's so funny because the sushi place, there's soy in everything, and soy has gluten all day. So you're like, when you think about sushi, people don't realize the roll might not have any, but there's soy in all that stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You just see the kitchen. I'm like, all right, it's a tidal wave of sushi. But,
It's really hard to get away from certain things.
Yeah.
It's integrated, and I feel for them.
Yeah.
I try to get away from certain things. Like, man, it's everywhere.
stuff you never know. I'm like, really? This has okay because it's marinated for a heartbeat in there. Okay, if they're celiac, nope, that can't happen.
Yeah.
But then, and then with the new, because with this place, the athletes and stuff, they like to go gluten free and what do you call it? They can't eat meat at all because it affects their performance. We get athletes all the time, so we have actually have we have a semi spiel, like we have especially gluten fried rice. We have so that we actually had that on the deck in the back of the mind because every day I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's here. All right, I know he's
you know what he needs. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then right next to where I work is an arena that should go unnamed. Right next door. Here's a quick anecdote I like to tell everybody. Like on a slow day, it was a slow Thursday. We wasn't expecting much. We're sitting there, one of those days, just hanging out with the bartender, nothing going on. I'm pretty sure you look into the casino, you see a tumbleweed go by. That's how slow the place was. I was like, all right, cool. So I was talking to the manager. He goes, oh yeah, there's some event out there at the arena. I'm like, okay. Well, then it was a pro wrestling event. I'm like, okay, that's not our clientele. So I'm just gonna stand here and may or may not watch the hockey game for 3 hours straight. Okay. It was slow Thursday. 9 o'clock comes by, and I was like, all right, cool. Let's start locking up. All of a sudden, a big guy with the hat comes on, pulled down. I was like, I know a little background. Oh, that's one of the mid to lower card wrestlers. Interesting. Okay, cool. Him and his wife's probably gonna come by and eat. All of a sudden, I see the hostess's eyes open. I'm like, oh wow, this is a thing right now. She talks to the manager. They run to the secret private dining room in the back. They start setting things up. I'm like, hold on,
who's this guy?
What's happening over here? I run to the hostess. I'm like, so what's happening? She goes, oh yeah, there's a 20 top going on in the private dining room. That's the one where you have all the celebrities and stuff. All of a sudden, one of the wrestlers that we all know walks up with his entourage. I can't say who it is.
Okay.
If you smell what I'm cooking, but I was like, oh wow, okay. And then then another wrestler comes in. Then another wrestler comes in. Then the three of the female wrestlers come in. Like, oh, this is a thing now.
Wow.
And then it was all hands on deck. Everybody goes in the private dining room and starts taking orders. Long story short, there's $1,000 steak we have on the menu. So yeah, a couple of those went out. The guy would look to you, goes, I'll take this side of the menu. I'm like, oh, this is not a slow Thursday. But then actually, technically it was because...
Yeah, but you just had that party, but that party was the night.
There we go. And then like, all right, time to go to Tahiti now.
And that's a reason to do a tip pool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if a server or two only have that, and you're making your whatever slow Thursday money,
right,
and then they're killing it,
Yeah.
it's really tough to take.
Oh yeah, and then would I get the new guy get that 20 top?
Hell
no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the guy that wants to walk in and get one California roll and walk out.
Yeah, you're not getting that. So I see the merit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we are used to the other philosophy of teamwork where each person does their part. Each person does their job, and that's how it goes.
Yeah.
So whereas the downside to that is if you have a weak server there, it's going to affect the guest.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It really, really is going to affect the guest. And I help people out because it's almost nebulous, right?
Yeah,
At
you
some
have to.
point, we were that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so you get there.
You're almost teaching by example.
Yes, and I get to be very teachy, but I sometimes dial it back because you're dealing with grown people.
Yeah.
They have egos, and for somebody to tell you something, it almost feels like they feel like they know more than you do, but that's not the case. It's just in this instance.
Yes.
I think that you could probably do this, right?
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I mean, as you know, you'll talk to 10 different servers. You'll find out 11 different ways of waiting tables. I mean, that's another day for another topic, but you can play with the ones. You got the server that thinks he's a stand-up comedian. You got the guy that's from an ex-military, so he is militant like this.
True.
You got the guy that could sell the hell out of a bottle of wine, a bottle of sake. These are 4 different people.
Yeah.
True.
Not one magic person altogether. So that's another thing how teamwork works out. Like, oh, this guy wants to know about sake. I'm like, oh, get sake guy going.
Yeah.
Wanna
Send Saki over there.
Yes, these guys are boring. All right, send the military guy over. With all due respect, but thank you guys for your service. But he goes, this is what you want? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
What happened? All right.
Very efficient.
And
Very
then
efficient.
These guys are bored. Stand-up comedian. You hear everybody
Yeah.
laugh. I'm like, oh, God.
Or the magic guy. Whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
magic guy. I tried being the magic guy.
Did you?
No. I was like, I don't have time for this right now.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's pretty cool because the roles there are clearly defined. You know, as far as you're leaning into the strengths.
Yes.
That's
huge.
That is huge.
Absolutely.
That is huge. Now, when everyone knows their roles, the roles are definitely defined, but I find that you really have to be good with training your system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you're not training your system and you just have everybody does their own role, what is that role?
Exactly.
You know, and then you find some people having to step up more to fill gaps where people don't necessarily.
Yes, that's the whole offense and no defense.
Yes.
Offense and no defense.
Okay, so you work with people like in that same teamwork scenario, where where we have our defined roles.
Yes.
People might get let's say there's 2 people doing the same job.
Right.
So in my restaurant, there's 5. Let's say there's 5 side works. Okay.
Right.
So 2 people do ice, 2 people do glassware, 2 people do trash and whatever.
Yeah.
So they lean on in case one person is busy, you have the other person take care of the job.
Right.
But at the same time, it can also backfire because that one person who's been doing your job the whole night might be like, yo, he's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
And so he's over there making all his money, being
Yeah.
happy, killing it.
offense.
All offense, no defense.
Yes.
Right.
And so a part of is side work a part of service? I mean, I feel like it is because without the ice, you can't make the drink.
Without the ice, you can't make the drink. Without the glassware, you can't have nothing to put it in. You know. We also roll silverware. So if people aren't rolling silverware, we look like idiots. You know, you go to a table, there's no silver on it. The restaurant needs these things to
True.
have a fluid motion. Yes, we get that everybody gets busy at certain times, but at the same time, that's why you also put multiple people on the same job. So there should always be one person that's not losing their mind.
That's true. We hope somebody.
We hope.
Okay. We can only do so much. But yeah, side work's a huge part. The rolling side work, guys. That's what we call it.
Exactly.
out here.
Yeah.
Make sure every 20 minutes,
Side work.
every
I was
hour.
just running.
Running side work, rolling, same.
Okay.
But we get it.
Same.
Yeah.
No,
Same
no.
idea.
It's interesting to see how regionally.
Yeah.
Like when I was in New York, you call into work, like you call in. It's weird. Like, but here, well, in South Florida, you call out.
Yeah.
call out over here.
Yeah.
Call out.
It's same vernacular, but hey, it means
Yeah.
my ass ain't coming in today. I can turn this right here. I can see that beautiful sun and that beautiful pool party.
Now, I remember. Okay, yes, you seem to have leveled up nicely. But the last time we were here, you told us about some sick benefits and shit.
So did those follow you?
Huh? They did not, but $4,000 more a month followed. So that's enough to buy out my union benefits, in my personal opinion.
Okay, no, that's fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
So you're still union though.
No, I'm not union at all.
Okay.
That's another reason
But
why.
he's sleeping nicely
Yeah.
on his pillow of money.
Exactly.
They didn't go over that union benefit with me, but hey. So that's another thing. It's the biggest part about the union is they piggyback off it. It's not a union per se anymore, but then they have union rules behind it. Like the call-outs we were talking about that we loved so much.
Yeah.
It was 12. There was 12 points in the union. At this place, it's 10 points.
Oh.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, you could do
Yeah.
it.
No, I'll live. The union benefits the military grade insurance. Not that's gone, but if I'm making $4,000 more, I could pay $200 in insurance.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly, and be happy with it.
And if I'm eating fresh sushi from Japan every day, it was funny. My friend came over and she opened my fridge. She goes, "There's nothing in here." I'm like, "Yeah, because all I do is eat sushi from Japan every day for lunch and dinner.
There's water.
There's water. And there's other things in there.
Yeah.
But hey, there's other things in there." But the union benefits are gone, but then the life benefits are better.
No,
It's
yeah,
been
Man. Hey,
Yeah.
it's still a level up, I'm telling you.
For
Oh
sure.
my god! I bought 8 months. I bought a house. That's another thing.
Congratulations, my man.
Thank
Right
you.
in time, too.
Right
on
in
time.
They're
time.
robbing people out here.
I'm rising with the tide.
Yeah.
And then my buddy from LA came by. He's like, "Oh wow, if I was to take your condo and move it out there to LA, oh my god, it'll be 7 times more." I'm like, "All right, I like that." And then after all is said and done, I was like, I thought about it. I have enough money to buy another house. Is this gonna happen? And I only work 30 hours a week,
Yeah.
so
Get that rental
HGTV,
property,
we'll
baby.
see. Let's
Yeah.
let's see.
Love it or list it.
Yeah. Love it or list it.
Oh my god! I go down that rabbit hole for an hour on YouTube. Like, all right, 9 p.m. I watch it. Then I see the sunrise. I'm like, all right, fine. You guys have different sunrise stories out here in Vegas, but it's okay. We'll talk about that during shift drinks.
Damn right. It's fun out here, but it really chips pieces off your soul. I mean, you gotta really. What is it about going so damn hard when we come out here?
What do you mean? We're on vacation.
That is true.
Okay.
Asked and answered.
Yeah. And we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
So you gotta do it.
You get it in while you're here.
Get it in while you're
Yeah.
here.
They're lying. They haven't left since October, actually.
We will be back in October.
We will.
Let's finish out. I'm definitely pleased that you were able to level up. And now, what would you be your thoughts on the bar? None of us are really bartenders, but there's nowhere to hide in a bar.
Yeah. That teamwork is, you have to have it.
You have to have it.
Yeah. So I mean, between whether you're at a bar with a bar back or a bar without a bar back, you are still a team at the bar.
Yeah.
I mean, for 100%. You got to lean on each other. You have to communicate all the time. Usually in way more tighter spaces than what we deal with.
Much tighter.
So you're constantly, while you're talking to a guest, you're also looking at that person. Did you bring that in? Did you do this? And so if you're not communicating and that teamwork's not there, then I've seen my bartenders get mad at each other and they venting and they're yelling and this, that, and the third, but they're not freaking out. But it's a lot of chatter, not like
It's
loud.
chatter when the other person doesn't
exactly.
know. Like, if they're just talking to their guests and not making all the other guests feel
good, yeah. And then you're
good.
running around in the weeds. You
Correct.
hear like, you don't see that person, and there's one person doing like all the service bar and talking to all the guests, and then you got the one person just talking to 2 guests.
Eventually, they get
They get that look like
they get weeded out.
What are you doing?
They start talking to the manager.
Oh yeah, that happens. If you think we're teamwork over there, the bartender, the way they stand, they're all tightened up.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, because they got a big old bar
Yeah,
back
it's-
with a thing on ice. You could just stand and you could see like, oh wow, these guys are all tightened up. They could talk to these people. And then as for the guests, they know, oh, this bar is full. I'm not gonna sit here and talk to talk to the hot bartender for a little bit. She got a bunch of stuff to do. And then guests respect that. We hope.
We hope, yeah.
95% of the guests respect that. So
You're right.
and then
There's always that percentage.
There's always that percentage, no matter where you're in
Yeah.
Florida.
It
you're in
don't
New
no
York.
matter where you are in the world.
You'll be in Malaysia. You'll be in Thailand. Nah. It's there's a teamwork aspect. You could tell when bartenders have been working together for years.
Yeah, and you can see that harmony.
I was like, hold on. Kim and Ben haven't talked to each other for 2 hours. And then
they're doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
But they have they're in perfect sync. You can tell when bartenders work well together. It is a beautiful thing to watch sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And our pockets love it too as a service. Don't you
yeah.
worry. Don't you worry.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
We need them to harmonize so we can look good as well.
Exactly.
No
while
doubt.
we're busy freaking out and trying to do our own thing. But
Instead of waiting 30 minutes for a drink, it's like they're not vibing. You're looking at the service bar like, there's tickets to the floor. What is going on?
actually, but I have it out for that one. So I'll just go like, oh, just to be blunt. I mean, it's always fun to have not fun, but it's always be open with your tables. All right, well, to be blunt, this is my exact words. To be blunt, our bartender's a little backed up right now because Vegas. What can I say? They laugh. I walk away. I'm like, all right, I bought myself 5 hours.
Yeah, you bought yourself some time.
You enjoy your Bud Light for breakfast, buddy. We all have our own spiels. We all have our own things to say.
Absolutely. And that's about the communication as well. You know,
Exactly.
we've talked about that plenty of times. Communicating with your guests is huge. This way they can know where you're at, and for the most part, the average person will understand.
Yes. Teamwork make the dream work,
Yeah.
people. Thank you so much, Jay. What do you got for us? You talking this pool party stuff. It's hot out there.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to be in the VIP section of a DJ booth. You'll be more than 5.
So you got shade for
My
your boy.
guy.
At DJJNoble at Instagram.com.
Boom.
That's how you close out a podcast, boy.
Yeah, buddy.
We're going to go to the Aria, right?
Yep. Liquid Pool Party.
Liquid Pool Party.
Like Wednesday dip or something. I don't know. They're all the same to me.
Thank you so much for joining us. We do this for you each and every week. I'm Marlon Joseph, the Modern Waiter.
I'm Danny DeVille. Subscribe, people.
Later. Thank you, Jay.
No problem.
Boom.
I roll up in my private jet, VSOP gets me down. I'm running through the town, spending money like I slip pounds. I'm hearing sounds of screaming honeys coming around. They want to clown, but I gotta make them all frown because my down.